You are listening to Independent Woman with Wine. I am your host, Ellie. So let's pour a glass, relax, and let's dive into the stories that lift us up and empower and make us laugh. Let's begin, shall we?
Today I'm reading a letter from a daycare teacher who chose to remain anonymous, but her voice deserves to be heard, even if her name stays private. The love. What made you choose to work in childcare in the first place? I have always been the oldest on both sides of my family, so I've always had love for the kids. I've always gravitated towards kids, especially the little ones. So when it came to starting a career, it really was the only option for me. What is one moment with a child that made you think this is why I do it? Every single day when children run up to me, the fact that these children trust me and feel happy leaving their parents to come be with us makes everything worth it. What do you genuinely love about your job, even on the hard days? The thing I love the most is the children's love for me. Watching them look at me in awe, wanting to be like me, start acting like me. Even on the worst days, I know that they believe in me. If money were an issue, would you still do this work? Why or why not? I would never stop. Unfortunately, the pay doesn't make a difficulty, but hopefully I can stay in this job forever. Now for the hard parts. What is the hardest part of being a daycare teacher that people on the outside never see? You are a parent to these children every day for multiple hours a day, and then they just go home, and you go home, and then it's like you're nothing again until the next day. You love them like your own, but parents don't understand that. What do you hate about the job but feel guilty out loud? The rules. The rules at my current center, we aren't supposed to rock the children to sleep unless they are under 1 year old. Personally, for me, I see it as these children are away from their safe space. So if they need an extra little cuddle, we should be able to do that. Have you ever cried before work, during break, or after a shift? What pushed you there? I've cried all three. The job is tiring, and sometimes it just gets the best of you. What is the emotional toll of caring so deeply for children that aren't yours? It's one of the hardest things I think an educator can go through. You show these children all your love, and sometimes see them more than you see your own family, and then boom, they are gone. And sometimes we'll never remember you, but we remember them every day of our lives. Money and survival. Do you feel your pay reflects the responsibility you carry every day? No way. For the amount we do, I think the pay is absolutely ridiculous. We should get a bare minimum equal pay to teachers because we are teachers and we are teaching them in the most critical part of development. Have you ever struggled to pay rent, bills, or groceries while working full time in childcare all the time? It's not easy to budget in this economy with such a low pay. I don't have much room for savings and definitely no room for fun at times. How does it feel to help raise other people's children while barely surviving yourself? It's hard when I'm alone, but the second I walk into that classroom, the kids, I instantly go mama bear mode and I feel the need to do everything I can for them, even if I don't get much myself. What sacrifices have you made financially because of this job? I don't get to travel with my family as much. I have to delay my future plans and so much more little things. What about your own children? I don't have my own children. Society definitely expects us to be fine as just playing with kids all day. But if they spend a week doing doing our job, they would understand so much more. Management and directors. Do you feel supported by your director or manager? Why or why not? I do not feel supported by my management at all, as it is extremely toxic. And to be honest, the CEO is very money hungry. But my director is an angel on earth. I never thought you could have a good manager, but she is the best manager I could ever have. What is something you wish your director truly understood about your daily reality? My director is very understanding. In my last center, it was very clear that I was disposable, and a lot of other people are too. But at my current center, I can tell that they genuinely care about me. Do you feel decisions are made with children and staff in mind, or just profit? Always profit, never staff or children sometimes. Respect and recognition. Do you feel respected by the parents? Why or why not? Some parents are extremely respectful, and I can tell they are very, very grateful for me, but others just act like I'm another average person who means absolutely nothing to them. What's one comment from a parent that stayed with you, good or bad? Every time a parent says thank you for everything, it makes me feel so grateful to take care of their children. How does it feel when people say, "Oh, you're just a daycare worker"? When someone says that to me, it breaks my heart. After working so hard and hearing you are just a daycare worker, it hits really hard and it feels like your job means nothing. What do you wish parents knew before dropping off their child every morning? I wish the parents knew it's okay for your kid not to cry at drop off. And it's okay that they are happy. I've noticed lots of parents drag on drop off and wait for a tear to make the parents feel more validated or loved. Burnout and boundaries. Have you ever thought about leaving childcare for good? What made you stay or leave? I've considered what life would be like, but at the end of the day, I love the job too much to leave. How close are you to burnout right now? I've had my days where I am on the verge, but also I have my days where I am the happiest ever when I'm working. So it really depends on a lot. What support do daycare workers actually need? Not just what looks good on paper. More pay, mental health days, and extra staff so we don't feel guilty when we're sick. The big question. If you could say one thing to society about daycare workers, what would it be? We are worthy. We work just as hard, if not harder than you. We deserve to be treated the same. What would change immediately if childcare workers were paid and respected like educators? People would generally be happier working in childcare, and a lot more people would want to do that job. What keeps you going, and what are you afraid might finally break you? I am worried that the pay won't be able to support a family one day, but those kids keep me going every day. There you have it. Cheers to daycare workers.